Hey guys, in the last few videos we've been discussing optimization problems. We did a few exercises, we went through a few exercises, and most importantly we went through a process, an algorithm, a recipe which you can apply to every type of optimization problem. And now we're going to use it to solve a hard type of optimization problem, a classic one, the refinery one, which this is the context of this problem. It doesn't have to involve obviously a refinery, but this type of optimization problem has shown up a few times in IB and it shows up in pretty much every calculus book. And the exercise is the following. We have a oil refinery which is in the north bank of a straight river that's 2 kilometers wide. We need to build a pipeline from the refinery to the storage tanks in a way that minimizes the total cost. And the question is, how should we build that? Should it just be one straight line from the refinery to the storage tanks? Maybe we go all the way to the south bank using a straight angle and then to the storage tanks, or maybe there's a point in the south bank which we can use to connect to the refinery to only then move across the south bank. And if it's the third case, where should that point be located? Now, just going back to the recipe or the step-by-step process in doing every type of optimization problem, we have the following. First of all, we're going to understand the problem, so answer questions such as what was given, what do we need to optimize for, all that. Then we make a rough sketch. For IB, in IB math questions, usually the sketch will be given to you 95% of the time, which is this case as well. Then we're going to attribute some variables to the quantities which are involved. There could be a restriction. If there is a restriction, we need to deal with it. We're going to define the function to be optimized, differentiate it, make it equal to 0, find the critical point, then check if those critical points or that critical point is actually a min or a max by using either the first or the second derivative test. And lastly, we're going to answer the exercise. So if it's asking, for example, for the total cost, we're going to calculate the total cost. Now, going back to the exercise, where should we place these pipes? We could consider over here two special cases. Which are these special cases? The first one is to go from the north bank to the south bank in a straight line. And I'm just doing these special cases to show in the end that they're not going to produce the best answer. But when you tackle this exercise, you're probably already thinking about case number 3, which is not going straight from north to south and not going directly from the refinery to the storage tanks, but already using a point in the south bank, which means something like this, in order to optimize costs. However, I think it's worth analyzing the extremes, and it's going to be fast. So what do we have here? Let's call this special case number 1. For case number 1, we're going to go directly from north to south using a 90-degree angle, and then from this point, which we're going to call P, to the storage tanks. Now, what are the distances involved over here? We have a river which is 2 kilometers wide, and the storage tanks are located on the south bank 5 kilometers east of the refinery. Therefore, this distance right here is 5 kilometers. Now let's answer a few of the questions from our algorithm from our to-do list. Number 1, we need to understand the problem. So we're trying to build a connection between the refinery and the storage tanks. That's pretty clear. And what we need to optimize is the total cost. We know that we're going to spend $300,000 per kilometer overland and $700,000 per kilometer under the river. Therefore, the cost involved in this scenario, which is a special case, it is 2 kilometers times the price or the cost per kilometer under the river, which is 700,000, plus 5 kilometers times the cost over land, which is 300,000. So the cost in this special case number 1, it is 2,900,000. Now let me state this again. You don't need to work these special cases in your question in your exam. I'm just doing that so we can build a better comprehension of the exercise. And that being said, let's move to special case number 2, which is to go straight from the refinery to the storage tanks. And what would be the motivation to use this as opposed to the yellow one? Well, the distance here is smaller than the 5 plus 2. So one could justify, hey, you know what? Let's just use the least amount of pipe. Despite the fact that it's under the river, it's more costly, but the distance will be smaller. So maybe this case is a little bit better than the previous one. We're going to see if that's the case. And for the same reason, the case number 1 motivation is let's just go from north to south as fast as possible, because that's where the cost involved is the highest. And then we move from point P to the storage tanks, right? So we have these two motivations behind these two special cases, right? So let's calculate the cost for case number 2. Given that this is 2 and this is 5, we have root 29 as the distance between the refinery and the storage tanks. And given that all the pipe is under the river, we have root 29 times 700,000. So this is $3,769,615 rounded to the nearest integer. So the first case is much better. Now what we need to think is, could there be a better solution? And the answer for that is yes. And that's where the optimization comes into play. If we select a point in the south bank, which is not as far from the storage tanks as P, and we use it to connect to the storage tanks, then we will find a better solution, one that costs less than $2,900,000. Now, where's that other point P located? We have no idea, but we're gonna find out. I'm calling this new point P prime, and we are going to state that the distance between P prime and the storage tanks, it is equal to X, meaning that the distance from P, which is the projection using a right angle from the refinery all the way to P prime, is 5 minus X. Now 2 is still 2. Going back to the step-by-step process, let's see what we already did, which are step number 1, number 2, the sketch. We did attribute a variable to some quantity, which is the distance from P prime to the storage tanks. We're calling it X. We don't have a restriction per se in this problem because we already inserted pretty much all the distances that we need, except for one, in the problem already, so we don't need to worry about that. We can write right now the function cost in terms of one variable only, in terms of X only, so we're fine. We're just missing one distance. Now, step number 5, this is what we're gonna do right now, which is to define the function to be optimized. We're gonna write the cost function as a function of X. The distance that we're missing is this one right here, which we can find using the Pythagorean theorem again. Given that this is 5 minus X and this is 2, this guy over here, it is equal to 2 squared plus 5 minus X squared under a square root. So what's the cost function in terms of X? We have the distance through the river times the cost per kilometer on the river, so 700,000, plus the distance over land, which is X, times 300,000. And what we do with this, we differentiate, make it equal to 0, and find the critical points. Remember that critical points are candidates for maxes and mins. After we analyze it through either the first or the second derivative tests, we're going to define whether they're actually a max or a min, or dx or d min that we're trying to find. So what is c prime of x over here? Remember that you can rewrite this root as 4 plus 5 minus x squared to the power of 1 over 2. And also notice that 300,000 and 700,000, these are just constants that are multiplying the root and x respectively. So the derivative over here is, we drop the 1 over 2, so 1 over 2, 4 plus 5 minus x squared to the power of negative half. And given that we need to use the chain rule, we are going to multiply this by the derivative of the inside function. Now the derivative of 4 is just 0, and the derivative of 5 minus x squared it is 2 times 5 minus x to the first power times the derivative of 5 minus x, which is negative 1. So this is what we have. Now we need to multiply this by 700,000 plus the derivative of x times 300,000, which is just 300,000. And this should be equal to 0. We can simplify this equation before we throw it into a GDC so we can get the solution for this equation. We're not going to be able to do it algebraically, but before we plug it into our GDC, we can simplify a little bit. We have 1 over 2 times 2. We have this negative sign and also something to the power of negative half, which means that it's a root in the denominator. So we have 5 minus x over the root of 4 plus 5 minus x squared. All this times 700,000 plus 300,000, and this is equal to 0. Now, before you plug this into the numeric solver of your calculator, do know that x cannot be greater than 5, and it also cannot be lower or smaller than 0. Therefore, you can use that 0 and 5 as your upper and lower bounds, or lower and upper respectively. And the x value that we get is approximately 4.05 kilometers. Now, one thing that we need to do is to actually prove that using this distance, this x value gives us a minimum cost. And the way to do that is to use either the first or the second derivative test. But before we do that, let's just place that result in our diagram right here. So we have 4.05132, which gives us for this other distance from P to P prime 0.94868 if for some reason you want to write this as well. And this, which is the root of 4 plus 5 minus 4.05132 squared, this is approximately 2.21. All of this in kilometers, of course. Now let's find the cost, and we can prove that it's a min after that. So the cost using the function cost, which is right here, will be approximately $2,764,911, which of course we can already see is lower than the other two, the other special cases, case number 1 and case number 2. But let's actually prove that we got a min. Given that finding the second derivative, we have roots over here, so finding the second derivative would be a little bit painful. Therefore, maybe for this exercise, you can stick to the first derivative test. Use your x value, the critical point, and build a number line using the derivative with that point. So let's call this proving it's a min using the first derivative test. You're going to draw a number line. You're going to place your x value over here. And by substituting a number which is lower than 4.05 and one which is greater than 4.15 into the first derivative, you're going to get to establish whether the function is increasing or decreasing for these intervals. So you can find, for example, f prime of 1. And by substituting 1 over here, and over here, you get a negative number, more precisely negative 326,000 and something. The number itself doesn't really matter. What matters is the sign. So this means that the function is decreasing over here. And if you place 10, for example, into the first derivative, you get a positive number, which means that the function is increasing in this interval right here from 4.05 to positive infinity. That means that we have a min over here. And of course, you could see that it's a min if you plot the curve cost, the function cost. And that's it. We're done.